All right, gang, check it out. Check it out. As promised, we have John and Ray from Love and War on the phone with us tonight. Guys, how you doing?
We're doing fantastic, man. Doing great, man. Thanks. Yep, all's well down here in Houston, Texas. This roller coaster we call Houston, but all's well.
Cool, man. And guys, hey, thanks for taking some time tonight and, calling in and chatting with us. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having us, Billy, man. We appreciate it.
Awesome. So why don't you guys let's start from the beginning, man. Let's tell us a little something about Love and War, man. Give us a little history.
Okay, well, basically, I started the band around it's been about 15 years ago, believe it or not, and pretty much out of the ashes of an old band I had called Lestat, and me and the singer we've been playing together. Me and Jeff Vandenberg have been playing together for like 30 years, man. We've been longtime best friends, and we go way back. Had several bands together, but we've always remained a songwriting partners and everything. Long story short, we started this band, and after probably about 2 or 3 years, we got our drummer Donnie Bragg, who's in the band now. And after a couple of bass players, we finally got Ray, which is a godsend, and that was around 2010. So basically, the Love and War CD, Up the Ante, of course, was recorded, and we put it out in in 2012, believe it or not. But the reason why you're hearing most of it now was basically we sat on it for a while. Basically we had some things going on in the band, and we finally got everything worked out where we can release it, and we finally got around to releasing it, and we've been putting it out. We've been getting great response and everything, a lot of airplay and everything. But the current lineup we have right now is doing great, and we're all best friends, and now actually we have written our new record.
Oh, cool.
New record is written, and we are going to go in the studio spring of this year, 2016, and we're hoping April, May. But the record is already written, and matter of fact, we have even more songs that we're working on, and which is great. So we'll have more to choose from, and it's pretty much just like Up the Ante, maybe a little bit heavier here and there, but it's working out really well.
Cool, guys. Cool.
Yeah, this is Ray. The first record was actually already recorded before I joined the band, so I'm kind of like Rudy Sarzo on Diary of a Madman. I'm pictured but didn't play on it, So it's been really cool to work with John and the guys to on the song for the second record to put my little spin on in my interpretation of the music.
Cool. Well, let's talk about that for a second. How do you guys go about the songwriting, man? Would you say is it a group effort? Is it a one-person effort? How do you go about writing your tunes?
Well, basically, it's me. I mean, I'll write the music, I'll bring it to the band, and then I would say I probably write 50% of the lyrics as well. So then I'll bring it to rehearsal, and I'll show it to everybody, and then we work it out together as a group. But the nucleus, is from me in my songwriting. So, and then everybody, we just get together and everybody puts their 2 cents in, and we spin this web, and before you know it, we're kicking them out.
Cool. And Ray, you throw down the thunder, man, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And Peg and a jazz bass. That's what it takes, But
cool.
Don usually has, some ideas of the riffs and things like that, and then we'll collectively, John and myself and Donnie, our drummer, will collectively, do some structuring and things like that, and throw some ideas around and kick some ideas around.
Cool.
Yeah, some of them, they just come out, and I'll write all the lyrics and stuff, or a lot of times I'll get an idea for the chorus, and then I'll tell Jeff, man, here's the riff, here's the chorus, write the verses, here's what it's about, or else, I'll get an idea for a verse, and I'll just let him run with it. But there have been on several occasions where Jeff has just come to us, and said, hey, I wrote these lyrics, and he'll start singing them. And one of the songs on the new record is Psycho Ride. which was about and is still his girlfriend. I don't know if you can say that. I don't. Yeah. Well, I don't think she's going to hear this interview. But anyway. But anyway, she. What? Hey, it's always good to be inspired by a psycho girlfriend. So. A lot of inspiration comes from a bad, a bad relationship. We've heard songs throughout all of our years.
Many great songs about ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, absolutely. But he came up with he had all the lyrics written, and then I said, okay, well, hum what you got, and then boom, I came out with a riff, and that'll be on the new record. It's a really good song too. So
cool. So, how would you guys describe your sound to the people?
Well, our sound, you know what? It's more of like a classic hard rock metal. I don't think our sound is any groundbreaking, thing brand new or anything. I think it's just pretty much, it's an example of everything that we've grown up with, of our generation and all. And, it's just good hard rock and roll, man.
Yeah, when John first gave me the CD to listen to, I heard all my favorite, bands. I heard all my favorite, all my influences. I heard, Joe Perry, and I heard the Michael Schenker, and I heard, the Van Halen, and all of, just kind of all that mixed in together. So, it's really just drawing from our, from the bands that we love and grew up with.
Cool. Well, guys, let's play a tune right now. How about Meltdown, man? What can you tell us about the tune? What can you tell us about it?
It's a song that I wrote. I wrote the music and the lyrics on this one, and it's basically about coming to a boiling point, and and you have a meltdown in your life. So basically, meltdown is just losing it.
Cool. All right, listeners, check it out. Meltdown from Love and War. We'll be right back with John and Ray.
All I get is
All right, gang, we're back with John and Ray from Love and War. Guys, how's it going so far?
You know what? It's all well, brother. It's all well.
Killer.
Just kicking it.
Dude, no, look, tell us a little something about yourselves, man. When did you guys first get into music? When did you know that this is what you wanted to do? John.
Well, that's easy for me. This is John. I was 12 years old, and, I had been singing and writing lyrics down to my, I was always a big Beatles, Paul McCartnney fan, and I was always writing down lyrics as a young kid, singing and stuff, and, I knew music was going to be for me even as a young kid. But when I was 12 years old, my middle brother played the Force It record by UFO, and I heard Michael Schenker play for the first time. And it was just like, boom, out of the air. I said, man, that's what I want to do. I want to play guitar like that guy. And so that was pretty much a start for me. And the cool thing about it is one of my best friends had like 4 brothers. And when I'd go hang out at their house, they all played guitar.
Oh, cool.
So, man, I was like reeled right in. I told my friend at the time, I said, hey, man, show me how to play guitar, show me some chords. And about 12 years old, I started playing. And within 6 months, I'd moved. That was in Richmond, Virginia. So we moved to Houston. And then when I got here, the first thing I did, was I got a guitar, and I never looked back. I started, of course, Michael Schenker was one of my first and early influences. And then, of course, it all spiraled, from there with guys like Joe Perry and Jimmy Page, Alex Lifeson, the regular gamut of, great guitar players.
Cool. How about you, Ray, man?
Yeah, for me, man, my dad was a musician, so I grew up in a musical family, and we constantly, my parents were always playing. I mean, everything from Mexican music to Led Zeppelin, in the house all the time, and so, I grew up watching my dad play music on the weekends, and probably it was 1982, the Van Halen Diaper Down tour. I went to go see that. I was 11 years old. I went to go see that with my brothers, and that's when I really realized that, I want to play rock music, man, But that was, I was pretty fortunate to grow up in a musical family and encouraged, to be a musician, and, and even my mom, even to this day, and still encourages me to be the best musician that I could be,
Cool. Well, who are some of your influences, Ray?
Some of my influences?
Yes.
Just your, Billy Cox, with Jimi Hendrix, Geezer Butler, of course, John Paul Jones, all the greats, Geddy Lee, man, the list just goes on, but, Michael Anthony, of course, I always love that high harmony too. So, but yeah, man. I mean, the list just goes on. But those are the ones that pop out of my head right now. That's what
Cool. So
yeah, Ray and our singer Jeff actually had a Van Halen tribute band together here in Houston for a while.
Oh, cool, man. Cool.
I mean, they're huge Van Halen fans. I actually have a UFO tribute band together. I've had it together now for 15 years. It's called Lights Out.
Oh, that's awesome.
And cool.
Yeah.
So we got Eddie Trunk down here for a show, and he got to see UFO. I mean, Lights Out rather, my tribute band, and he was blown away. And on his show Monday nights, actually gave us a plug and everything. So that was pretty cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Wow, that's awesome, man. How many bands can say that?
Yeah. John mentioned Jeff and I had that Van Halen tribute band. That's actually how I met all the guys. I met Jeff first because I accidentally joined this Van Halen tribute band, and then at the time, Love and War was looking for a bass player, and he asked me if I wanted to do it, and he gave me a CD, and it all just kind of started from there.
Cool. So, guys, when you're not writing, rehearsing, recording, what do you guys do for a day off, man? What do you guys do for fun? John?
Oh, what do I do for fun? I ride my Harley, man. Yeah, man. Me and my girlfriend as well. She has a Harley, and we get on our bikes and ride, man. That or gosh, man, I'll tell you what. Play guitar, of course. I like to work out and I like to run a lot. I've always loved to run, so keeps me thin and that's pretty much it. My favorite thing to do if I'm not doing anything is we hop on the Harleys.
Killer. How about you, Ray, man?
Well, for me, growing up in Texas, believe it or not, I don't hunt or fish very much, So, but my downtime is, I've got 2 kids, so I spend a lot of time with my kids, and and really, music has always been my therapy my whole life, So, just involved, with my family and things like that. That's important to me because, my kids are 21 and 18 now. They're not going to be hanging out with the old man, as often as they do now. Right. They get their own lives,
I hear you.
Cherishing those moments.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm in that boat with you, brother. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Guys, so what would you guys say is your most memorable moment so far?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? I would say probably playing for me. We've opened up to the Michael Schenker group. What, 3 times now? 3 times in the last 3-4 years, something like that. And for me, meeting Michael Schenker, it was just like, holy shit, I'm not worthy moment. So.
Right.
And on top of that, we've also been able to open up for UFO 3 times. And now, of course, we're opening up for them in March here in Houston. So this will be the 4th time. So, for me, I would say some of the shows with some of those iconic people we grew up with that we've idolized. And we've also had some other great gigs. Over the last year, we've opened up for Y&T a few times, Winger, Queensryche twice, actually, both versions of Queensryche, the one with Todd LaTorre, and then, of course, the Jeff Tate version of it. And, oh, man, we've had so many really, really great shows that we've been doing, and I should have made a list of them so I could name them off, but no big... Again, like I was telling you earlier, we're starting off with a bang this year. We got Dangerous Toys coming up. We've got Ace Frehley coming up.
Y&T.
We've got Y&T again. We've got UFO again, and Paul Chapman, who of course took over for Michael Schenker in UFO. His band Killer Bee is going to be in town, so we're doing a show with him. He's a friend of mine, so we're doing a show with him. So that's going to be really cool as well. So
cool. So, well, let's take it the other way, guys. You have any Spinal Tap moments you want to share with us?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if I've ever stuffed my pants before, or anything I've ever buzzed going through the airport. Honestly, man, things, not too many goofy, weird things happen. Right. We're pretty much we're very business, and we go out there and try to make sure everything goes smooth. But things do go haywire every once in a while. It does happen.
No exploding drummers.
No exploding drummers. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Yeah, the year just started, so yeah. Thanks for the idea there. We'll have to keep that one in mind. Yeah, the sandwich bread has been the right size for the sandwich, backstage, so it's all good. and my amps do go to 11, so
awesome.
I'm always on 11. I'm always on 11. Oh man, every time we play, nobody likes me because I'm deaf in one ear and I can't hear out of the other one. So everything's on 11 for me. So the sound guys don't like me too well. But of course, that's playing guitar for 38 years. So
Yeah.
I used to think it was really cool. You know, I'd go see bands and, you know, like Joe Perry or Page, you know, and they're like leaning into their amps, you know, and like, oh man. So I would always do that, and you know, needless to say, the loud volume just kicked my ass.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. Guys, let's play another song, man. How about 6 Feet?
6 Feet Under sounds great.
Cool, man. Tell us about the tune.
Okay, this is another song I wrote. Basically, the lyrics about being buried alive. So, you know, actually, this song actually came to me in a dream, which is really bizarre, but it is just like it says, man, 6 feet under. So it's basically about being buried alive and fighting to get out. You know, and being it is almost like also too like being overwhelmed and fighting your way out of something. It's kind of like, you know, like a metaphor sort of.
Right.
Not literally 6 feet under, but so, you know, I kind of mixed that up with the lyrics, but overall, it's about being buried alive.
Cool, cool. All right, listeners, check it out. 6 Feet Under from Love and War. We'll be right back with John and Ray. right, gang. We're back with Ray and John from Love and War. Guys, how's it going, man?
Awesome. It's all good, brother.
Cool. Wow, so you're preparing to work on your next CD, or you got songs written, right?
Yeah, right.
Getting ready to go to the studio.
Got like 10 songs written, and we've got 2 or 3 more that we're working on. So, it's working out really well.
Cool. So now, would you say the sound has evolved from the previous music?
I'd like to think that it has, yeah. The one cool thing about it is after, we wrote the first record is, we have something to draw upon, something to move forward on, and use that pretty much as a stepping stone. And I think that the songwriting has gotten better, stronger, and, some of the songs are a lot more heavier and melodic. So I'm real happy with the direction we're headed.
Cool. So, once you get that, like the next one under your belt, you kind of learn what to do and what not to do, and what sounds good, what doesn't sound good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And most musicians out there will agree. After you record a record, you really don't have enough time to perfect anything, and all of us will record a record, and you think everything's cool, and then later on you're like, oh man, I could have done this, I should have done that,
right?
But you just do the best you can with what you have and the time that you have, and that's pretty much it gives you that advantage. And when you do your next one, is to be a little bit more cautious and just as a learning experience.
Right. So now, are you guys on a label? Or are you looking for a label?
We actually are. We would like to have, a decent label that would give us distribution, or even a major label, of course, would be fantastic. But I'm not going to hold my breath.
Right.
But a good independent record label that would give us distribution would be fantastic. Absolutely.
Awesome. I always talk about the internet, and nowadays compared to back then, it's a double-edged sword, man. You almost don't need that major label deal. I mean, it'd be great to have, but the internet, geez, But on the other hand, there's 10,000 other bands doing it.
Right. Yeah. The technology has, like you said, it's a double-edged sword, because it's helped, in bands put their stuff out independently, but it's also, kind of, shafted the industry as we know it back in the day,
Right.
Yeah, as well. Right now, it's actually saturated with so many different bands and everything, and where there was a time where you had to be, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, you had to be really label,
right.
But now, anybody can put their music out there, but so it's just you got to weed through everything and find the good bands, and just like with anything, but just the fact that the technology is there, and it's opened up doors for everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so now where you never really you thought you had a chance, now you can promote yourself, you can do everything your own way. And put it out there, and probably get listened, because there's so many internet underground stations and everything happening right now, and streaming and stuff. You can get your stuff out there to the world without actually having to be on a major label, and so it's a great opportunity.
Yeah. So guys, what would you say is the ultimate goal for Love and War?
Okay, well, that's an easy one for us. Is ultimate goal for me would be to get major distribution for our record, and get our record listened to worldwide, and to go on a world tour.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Awesome, yeah.
And that would be opening up for Iron Maiden. No.
How cool would that be, right?
Iron Maiden is one. The list goes on, but if you're gonna go out there, man, get on a big tour. That would just be fantastic.
Right? Go big or go home, right?
At this point, and this is one of our goals is now that we're starting to get our record out and everything, and we're working on, and we have some, like I was telling you, some radio airplay, in Japan, in Italy, and we're building on that, and and I want to thank right now Ben from Online Metal Promo. I mean, he's working with us, and the guy is absolutely phenomenal. And thank you, Ben. He's helping us get our music out there, and hopefully with the music getting out there, we'll get some attention. Maybe some promoter, Japan, whatever, Europe, or somebody said, hey, you guys are doing good. Can you come over here and maybe play a festival? I mean, we're not up against going to the East Coast, going to Japan, going anywhere, West Coast, whatever, and playing some festivals. I mean, we're in. I mean, me personally, I used to tour all over the place. I toured for 3 years back in the late '80s, all over the United States. I was on the road for 3 years, but I don't want this band going to clubs and doing the B clubs or even the A clubs, which we're playing now. But you know what I mean? If we're going to go out, I want to go big. I want to do major shows, whether it be arenas, outdoor festivals, whatever. That's our goal. Hey, if it happens, cool. But we're not going to stop trying.
Cool, guys. Advice for upcoming bands, man. The new guys out there. What advice do you have for them?
Stick to your guns.
Yeah, don't give up.
Yeah, never give up. Just believe in what you do, and don't let anybody tell you differently. I mean, love what you do and have fun doing it, and don't try not to get sucked in by everything or people that are trying to steal your dream or tell you otherwise. You control your own destiny, so take advantage of it. Absolutely.
Awesome advice. You talked a little bit about upcoming shows. You guys want to recap a little bit?
Yes. Okay. So for 2016, we have coming up, actually February the 13th, we are playing with Y&T. The next weekend, on the 19th, we are playing with Dangerous Toys. We're actually doing their Bon Voyage tour. They're going out on the Monsters of Rock cruise. The next weekend, we are doing Ace Frehley down at the Scout Bar in Clear Lake, Houston, outside of Houston. Let's see. Then the next weekend, we are doing Killer Bee with Jim Florentine from That Metal Show. He's doing his comedy thing. Killer Bee is Paul Chapman, ex-UFO guitar player, Fastway. And then, what am I missing?
March 13th is UFO.
Oh, yeah. Then March 13th, we're doing another show with UFO.
Awesome.
We have to do, the open for UFO. And I want to give a big shout-out to my longtime friend, John Escamilla from Jet Speed Entertainment, who's made these shows happen for us. He's a big promoter down here, and we've been longtime friends, 18 years or more, and he's been hooking us up because he believes in us, and just wanted to thank him for that. So, it means we're starting off with a bang. We're real happy, and after the shows, we're not going to book anything for a little while because, of course, we're going to start recording our new CD.
Right.
Cool, man. Cool. Real cool. So it sounds like you guys are going to be busy for 2016.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Where can the listeners find Love and War?
Okay, we at this point we're on Reverb Nation. Just put in Love and War on Reverb Nation. You can hear Up the Ante. Also, of course, we have a Facebook page. Just find Love and War.
Up the Ante.
Yeah. Yeah, but you'll find us on Facebook. Just put in Love and War on Facebook, and you'll find us. We have a Facebook page. It tells all of our up-and-coming events, everything that's happening with the band. You can hear, like, this interview that we're doing. It'll be posted on there, other interviews that we have done, and you can get all the updates on what's happening with the band.
Awesome, guys. Last song I want to play tonight, Love and War. What can you tell us about it?
Okay. This song, Jeff Vandenberg wrote the lyrics to. I had the lyric, the guitar riff written and everything, and basically, we basically work out the music, and Jeff wrote the lyrics. So it's basically about kind of the conflict between love and war. So He talks about basically it's like a relationship, which is love and war, because there's so it's pretty much straight up that kind of idea.
Cool, dude. I'm married for 25 years, so I know all about love and war and relationships. So.
Yeah. Hey, well, with the good comes the bad, and you got to find a happy medium, brother. That's all you can do.
That's it. Happy wife, happy life. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm still trying to learn that, man. I'm 2 divorces in.
Yeah, his song is more about war than love. It started off with a little love, ended up with a lot of war. So.
Oh God. Well, John, Ray, man, guys, it's been a blast. I want to thank you for taking the time calling tonight. It's been great. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy. And,
my pleasure, man.
Yeah, and all the listeners, you guys. Thanks for believing in love and war. Listen to our music and give us a shout out on Facebook that you heard our music, and we'd appreciate it. Absolutely.
Awesome, guys. Hang on 1 second. Listeners, check it out. Love and War. Love and War. We'll be right back.